Hmm. Ooh, Underhive. The thing that I thought was gonna push me back 30 minutes didn't. So, there we are. Let's get... I don't know. Let's see. What shall we do today? What shall we do? Yeah. No, it just didn't exist. So, if it didn't exist, here I am. I don't know if that means I'm actually going to go for a 3-hour stretch, or the 2 hours that I was thinking about doing, but, you know, I'm here now. So, we'll see. I think it's going to be pretty much, do I finish these tonight? I think that's the right goal, you know? Um, I'm gonna need Payne's Gray. I'm gonna need a shading brighter than that. I'm gonna need my oranges. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna need some of the brassy brass for a few details. I will need orc skin. I'll need this. See. I don't think I need the steel or the magnesium. We'll need the silver. Just trying to get everything together. Nice. Those, but not yet. That's mixed. Alright. How's it going, Underhive? How's it going, May the E? Oh, the war boss in mega armor. Nice. I've been using these every day, so I didn't think it would need much mixing. You know? Just a little bit. Alright. Let's start with... I suppose I could start with orange cleanup. The underbelly of an orky jolly green giant Valkyrie proxy? That's gonna look sweet. Hey, how's everyone going? Doing... Yeah. Thank you. This is just the base orange, the burning ore. And from there, I actually take it to edge highlights brighter. So it does get a little bit brighter. So, not that it really shows up with the way that I have it focused right now, but... Okay. An essay about your 40k list. How is everyone? Doing good? Still not sure what I'm going to do with this piece right here. Maybe I should... This up. Luckily not as miserable outside. I'll probably have to mow at some point in the next couple of days, but the next 3 are going to be mostly inside because I'm going to be painting. I might have to mow on Monday. We'll see how the weather is then. Welcome in. We just having a crab rave today, huh? Yeah, today was decent. I got a few things done that I needed to, and Now I'm gonna try to finish cleaning these models up and getting them done today. Because it will be very nice to get a captain and a land speeder done. Especially since tomorrow I plan on starting 20 orc boys and have them done by the end of the weekend. Replacement nippers, ooh. No, just this land speeder. I don't have a land speeder for Legion. It looks like a cool kit, but I don't own one. Yeah, I've gone through a couple of pairs of nippers. Well, technically just cutters. I don't think I've ever actually owned nips. The differences are just... I've never owned the single blade option. I usually just use these. They're pretty decent. And I was not clean when I was doing the blue, huh? Payne's Gray. That just went all over the orange. No, I seem to recall I even said, I'll clean it up later. Yeah, a lot of fun back and forth today. I'm gonna get all of the different colors touched up and get some highlights down and hopefully finish these two models. That would be very nice. Anyone else excited about the weekend being work weekend? You know, the celebratory time in the US where everything's gonna be orc getting painted up, right? My goal is to have a 5-hour day tomorrow and 2 8-hour days following. If that doesn't get me through the 20 orc boys, well, I'm taking way too long to paint things. Too bloody hot to celebrate anything? Yeah, that's true. Just stay in the shade, you know? Don't forget to drink some water. Yes, yes, Underhive. Yep. Are you seeing a pattern here for any of the normal start and stop times? I will be starting at 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow and noon Saturday and Sunday. Oh, that's a lot of stuff. Whoa. Welcome in, Monument Hobbies. Thank you for the raid. Hello, Jimbo. And Monument Hobbies. How are you this evening? I'm went speechless. Sorry. Yeah, welcome in. I've been painting the Armageddon box every day on stream until I get it done. We are 69 hours in on day 13, and it's coming along pretty good. Um, uh, using a mixture of paints, by the way. So I have some more Paints Fanatic for my oranges, but I've been using several of the Monument Hobbies paints as well. It's nice to have a mixture of paints. They've been going down pretty nice, so yeah. Um, kind of a representative, all over the place paint type thing, but it's all the different colors. Yeah, I've started with the captain for like 15 minutes on Tuesday, and then everything else has been yesterday, and I'm just starting to clean up today. Oh, that's cool. But yeah, we're working on cleaning up orange right now, and then I'm gonna clean up a little bit more of the other colors and just keep going. I'm hoping to get these two models done tonight. So what were you doing before the raid? What were you working on? Yeah. Hey, well. Hey, yo. Yeah. We're at the rave tonight. Always fun to have a crab rave going on. Yeah, I'm nearly done cleaning up the orange. Kind of weird working on a large vehicle and a captain at the same time, but Crab Dave. Yep. I do need to do something for the large rocks and the uh, smoke plume here. Guess it's finally time to figure out how I'm painting the rocks. Thinking... Thinking about it. Even if the land is going to be this color, I could possibly work burnt sienna up to red-gray for the rocks. Thoughts on that? Since we've got a lot of rocks on these things, and I have orange and then I have green for the orcs. Just figured the burnt sienna as a base, and then maybe a 1-to-1, and then just the red-gray as a hit the highlights. I think that might be what we do. These are, of course, the first two models that have those rocks, but I have... what? 3 more to go after this to have that? So... just a lot of different little things to do today. So, hey, well, how's the quar going? Cool. I'm looking forward to seeing them painted up. Underhive. You're still deciding on scheme for the quar. They have the ability to be pretty much anything, which is a nice aspect. Of course you find a pack of shot glasses. Why wouldn't you, right? Uh, that's great. Well, it just means that you can have more of them attached at once, right? Hey, 30, 34 of them. Okay. Boneless in with the second raid for the night. How is it going, Boneless? More work on the sisters? Nice. All right. You take care of yourself. I'll catch you later. I guess this time of day on a Thursday is just time to go do stuff, huh? Yeah, I'm nearing that point where I need to start highlighting. Still need to do a little bit of that color. There's the spot. It's going. I've got 2 models on the table right now and 26 painted. And I have plans for the weekend to do 20 orc boys. So we're just trying to get these 2 done tonight. There might be a few details that I'll still have to hit later on, but I'm gonna try. Thank you. I reversed the colors, the primary and secondary. I think it makes it look a little bit better, having a little bit more dark on the vehicle. So probably do the same for the other vehicles that I have to paint eventually. Some of these cleanup areas are a little bit tight. But yeah, I thought, what better way to have the orange Space Marine stand out in the vehicle than to do the opposite. I was wondering about that, but I wasn't really very talkative either, so... Yeah. So I'm nearly done cleaning up the Payne's Gray, and then I can start adding some alternate colors and highlights. Yep. That was something I never did. I don't think so. They're not very expensive at the moment, though. On their own. I'm almost tempted to get a second one. Yeah. Why would you want to strip yours? I do still have one of the old land speeders, not painted up, so I could run 2 right now. But if I got a third one, you know, if I got another one of these, I would be able to run 3. Which would be fun. Ah, okay. I'm sure they'll sell it as a separate kit. It'll be more than whatever they're charging right now as a split kit, though. Normally the way it goes. Okay. Let's see. Trying to keep track of all the different colors and all the different spots, it's like, whew. Back and forth of it all. Yeah. Look at that, a brand new bottle. Probably gonna need more than that anyway, but okay. But yeah, it's been a very fun box to paint so far. I'm looking forward to those 20 orc boys over the weekend. And then there's a few characters left. Like, I know I still have the jump pack, Vanguard vets, and that's it for non-characters. Well, I mean, I have the war bike, the war track still, but we're getting low on units. Like, actual... Which side do I tend to play mainly? I don't know. Both? I already own a lot of orcs, and these ones are going to be added to the collection. And I already have the makings of, I think it's about 3,000 points of Space Marines that are going to get painted in this game. So I have plans after Armageddon to paint more in this way. Plus, I can always run the other salamanders I own. No, they're Space Marines. They can run together. Hello. How goes, Cal? No, they're just gonna be this color. Not gonna do anything to, hit bash them. Yeah, moving can take a while. Getting everything packed up. Three years ago, when Leviathan came out, I was actually in the process of moving here. So, I understand. That's why Leviathan didn't get the box to battle ready treatment. It would have been the first one. But I didn't have the desk, and I didn't have the display cabinets. I only had half of the cubes. Hmm. Nice color. I like this color. Yep, yep. It's wild to think how much stuff gets added to the life. And it's like, but I only want half of it. I only need half of it. Oh, not that nosedive. Mm-hmm. Well, since I'm at it, might as well keep going with the red-gray. Oh, I didn't say it was easy. Yeah, but that happens. Alright. So am I just overbrushing, or am I gonna try to highlight certain aspects? Think overbrushing? Yeah. Yeah, but I guess that works. Uh, I'm gonna try to get these two models done tonight. I'm really looking forward to the Orc Boys over the weekend. And that just means these two need to be done first. Well, I know I've been kind of working off and on with the land speeder, but what did I do for the back of the speeder? It's still not even 100%. Just schedule says paint until done. So I would like to have it done within a month, but I'm not sure if that'll actually be possible or not. Just keep going, you know? Yep. I didn't give myself a time limit. I didn't give myself a deadline. It's a keep going type of schedule. Yeah, exactly. Um, all right. Yeah, I mean that's the way the schedule should work because until I'm done with things, I don't know how long it's gonna take. I don't want to rush through anything. If the step feels right, taking 10 minutes, I can do that. If it takes 2 hours, I can do that. Yeah. Like, for some reason, I'm highlighting the base before I do the actual model. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Do all the orcs all at once. Yes, that's a brilliant idea. You only need, what, 120 shot glasses for that? Or something like that? No, you don't. You definitely don't need an airbrush for this hobby. That's the whole thing. I primed everything outside with with a rattle can. But you can hand prime. And I'm gonna paint the whole box without an airbrush. I'm doing it all right here on screen. The priming was the only thing I did, and that was with rattle can. So no, you definitely don't need an airbrush for this hobby. Can it help? Sometimes. Depending on what you're trying to do with it. But it's definitely not necessary. How did I make the base? It was pre-sculpted. That's how the model comes. Same with this. Thank you. I haven't even done any highlighting on it yet. Okay. Well, until you feel that it's done, you can always add more color. Try to fix it. Part of the fun of the hobby is nothing is done until you actually feel like it's done, and then even then you could always go back and do more to it if you felt like it. Oh, gaps and mold lines, yeah. Cleanup is important. It took me 16 hours to build and clean all of Armageddon. Yeah, Sniper Hank. Yeah, exactly. If you don't like it, paint it again. But no, if you have mold lines and gaps, it takes more time to clean, yeah. But it took 16 hours to build all of Armageddon for me, so I snipped a little bit of the extra peg, trimmed it down. Yeah, well, it took me 16 hours after 15 years of experience in the hobby. So. But trimming the pegs a little bit can help. I used plastic glue pretty much everywhere so that I didn't have to worry about gaps. I could push them in and have it kind of seal itself in, melt the plastic in. So my army is Covenant of Fire. So it's a Payne's Gray for the blue, and 3 levels of orange that I've only done the first one of on these. But it's a Salamander's successor chapter. Yeah, this piece? Or the piece on the other leg? Yeah. I mean, there were a few parts that were like, okay, well, like this piece, it doesn't tell you which direction it needs to go in. These don't tell you which direction they need to go in. So, they don't make it as easy as they could. The front is backwards for you? Yes, I am left-handed. Not heresy, sinister. How are you today? Nice. First combat patrol is definitely a big milestone. I'm happy with that for the rocks. I mean, I've been painting for 15 years, so it takes a while to get used to it, and you just have to be happy with your results. Paint until you like how it looks. Yep. Yeah, paint until you like how it looks. Move on to the next model. If you want to learn a technique, start practicing, but don't expect to just immediately catch on. Give it more time. If you're having fun, you're doing it right. Do I have any brush recommendations? Um, it depends on what you want in a brush. Yeah, sinister laughter. Well, the reason I laugh is because this brush is a um where is it? Packaging. This brush is a fine touch brush that was 5 brushes for $5. You shouldn't be able to remove glue with water. Like, unless it's still, like, really... yeah, this brush was about $1. This brush was on clearance for, I think, 20 cents. Is the glue completely dry? And this has been going for about 6 months of constant use. Then, depending on the glue type, you're going to need something that reactivates it. So if it's super glue, there is a super glue reactivator, and it's I've never used it. You can possibly freeze the model if it's super glue, and then the connectors will get brittle, and you might be able to snap it off. But if you're using something like plastic glue, plastic cement, this melts the model together, and you're not going to get it apart. But then, like, I do have a pure Klinsky brush that's just for eyes and really small details. So, like, this one size 0 brush, probably $10 to replace. But I use it maybe once or twice on a model. It's almost always a size 3, size 2, size 4, depending on the brand. But you just want something that has a decent tip. And it works. Mr. Knife and Miss Clippers Doesn't care what kind of glue you use. Yeah, that's fair. Dishwasher resistant. What glue is dishwasher resistant? um, super glue should be able to snap if it's... Yeah, exactly. What kind of mini goes in the dishwasher? Um, the thing I've heard is super glue can get brittle if it's in the cold, and that's why they suggest put it in the freezer for like overnight or something, and try to, break it like that. Um, there are reactivators for super glue. I've never messed with them, but it's supposed to help with that type of thing as well. I can't think of very many times when I've needed to actually break a bond once I've glued it. So that I'm a little outside of my experience level. Acetone will melt a plastic model. It won't reduce the bond. It will actually melt the plastic. If you actually look at the stuff in this, it's actually acetic acid, methyl ester, butanone, acetic and acid. Like, this has acetone in it. Maybe not this brand, but like if you go over to the Mia Extra Thin, it's where is it? Oh, this doesn't say. Oh yeah, acetone and butyl acetate. So this actually melts the plastic. And the reason why sprue goo is made is because it actually melts the plastic that you put in it. And it makes a slurry. So you do not want to put your model in acetone, or you end up with slurry. Sprue goo. Yeah, double tire, I wouldn't suggest eating any of the glues. Or plastic. We get enough of that in our diet even when we're not trying to. Alright. Okay. It was questioned. So yeah, Battletech. This is the terrain wall. This is unopened boxes This is all painted. This is all built, ready to be painted. Yes. Again, 15 years of collecting. This is my primary hobby. So I spend a decent amount on it, being that it is the hobby. And for anyone curious, yes, 33% of my collection is painted. So I try to keep a reasonable amount on hand. It isn't shame if I plan on working on it. You too. What is my favorite faction to build or paint? Tyranids. It's the reason I even started 40k and getting into the hobby. I really love my Tyranids. Hello. Good. Time to pour more tea. Let's see. Now I need... tiny bit of green. Glue escapades for the win. Yeah. Alright, where is the next color? I still haven't done any of the highlighting. I'm just working on the detail stuff that isn't highlighting. Well, I mean, I guess I highlighted the bases. I've already done that, but... Oh yeah? Oh yeah, I guess metal, yeah. Yeah, extreme cold, extreme heat, yeah. You just order the decks now? That makes sense. I love painting models more than playing, it seems, so I love just getting new models to work on. I enjoy playing too, but there's a reason I have game systems I don't even play and have models in to work on. Yeah, I could always use more terrain. Yeah, I don't know if you'd want to boil plastic, though. So, that doesn't really help on that particular aspect. Yep. I could probably... I probably have 4 to 6 different terrain sets across the years, and I could use more. It's too fun to have a nice board look. Having it all set up. I keep thinking I need a 54 mil replica of the Notre Dame. Why? I mean, I think it would be hilarious to then play Inquisitor, but I don't have anything in the 54 mil. I have a few things that are, I think, 70 mil. but I don't have any 54 really. What else did I need? That was brass. There was something... What was the other brass item that I wanted to do? Emperor Palace is massive. Yep. Now, I've considered buying an FDM printer just to make more terrain. Especially since I play several different scales of games. It would help there. But it's been so... I've had poor luck with printers before, and it is another hobby on its own, and, well, I have enough of this hobby. So part of it is just thinking about all of the different things that I already have and how much effort getting into another hobby would be. So... the Himalayas. There was something else. What was it? What was that? Ah, that was it. Yeah. Very bigger flamer, yes. I mean, I've shaken glue like it was paint. Depends on the glue. I still think it would be fun to get one of the big, Cerastus Knights that have the big flamer? That would be fun. Why did I glue that on? Anyway, Yep. I actually don't think I'll finish this tonight. We'll see. I'm honestly just going back and forth between these two models, and if I focused on one, I'm sure I could get it done. But the fact that I'm going between the two might be more than one night. And I am starting the Orc Boys tomorrow, so that might mean this sits around, not done. Feels a little weird. Don't really know yet. I have used the sponge method to paint. I did that for the Big Mech Docker rig. It was actually kind of fun. And I will be using that technique in the future. I still don't know why I glued those in. Alright. Welcome in, Spook Gal. Hope everyone's having a good evening. second. I can, but I'm also right in the middle of this. Trying to be kind of careful with the silver. Likes to flow a lot more than the other paints. Oh, that isn't all the way on. Because I wasn't sure if I was done yet. The other side wants to pop off now. Yay! So I figured since that's kind of like a trim piece, since the shoulder pads have that, figured that outer bit would have that. Okay. I don't actually drink Mountain Dew. I will occasionally have a Dr. Pepper or a cherry Coca-Cola. And that's usually it. I find it too sweet. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. Good, I'm glad that that wasn't caught. Or not lost. I don't know. I've been going back and forth on models lately. I can't even tell you how many hours I've put into this one. More than 3, less than 10? It's hard to tell how long because I started it while working on another of the Space Marines, and I've worked on it off and on with other Space Marines. And I don't think it's ever been the only thing being worked on for any of the streams. So I can't really tell the exact amount of time for this model. Because, like, when I go from the base here to the base over there, how do you count that, you know? It's back and forth. Wrong. Hate how bright this is. on the base. Colossal Meltdown, welcome in. Sorry that it's during ads again. Why does everyone always raid during the ads? They're going well. How have I spent 2 hours and I haven't actually put any of the highlights that I was meaning to on here? Thank you. Also, welcome in, War Hipster. I am painting up Covenant of Fire. And this actually doesn't have any of my highlights on it yet. I've been meaning to do them for 2 hours and keep finding other things to work on instead. I am painting the captain and the land speeder from Armageddon. I'm trying to finish both tonight because starting tomorrow I'm going to be working on 20 Orc Boys over the weekend. And the goal is finish them all by the end of Sunday night. So, we'll see how that goes. Alright. We are actually finally getting to the orange highlights. Hello! I plan on streaming 5 hours tomorrow and 8 hours each day on Saturday and Sunday. I mean, I am 71 hours in now on day 13, so why not try to make it 92 hours in by the end of day 16. Maybe the real price was the Waz we joined along the way. Nice. Thank you. Yeah, it's just been a little bit of painting every day. Some days more than a little painting. And keep going until I feel like they're good. They're all of the Space Marines are going to get decals and an oil wash. And I've not done very many oil washes before, so hopefully that comes out well. Oh no, that's fine. Thank you again for the raid. Helps if I don't get paint where I don't need it. Yeah, I knew going into Armageddon I wanted something nice and vibrant as a color scheme, and we went through on a stream to see what options were out there, and Covenant of Fire piqued the interest. So I figured out basic color scheme of what I wanted, and it's been going pretty well. I'm extremely happy with the orange, and it looks really good beside my other Space Marine forces. That's what I get painting the rock first. Yep, just going around the model, highlighting edges. Going a little bit thicker than necessary, but it's gonna be the highlight. And then I go through and do a couple of point highlights with the next brighter. The difference between this orange and the next brighter one is pretty intense, and I don't want it to be too wild overall. Because, you know, painting orange and then going, oh no, I don't want it to be too bright. Those two things can happen at the same time, right? War Masters and Primarchs. You could theoretically be a War Master without being a Primarch? I don't know. One is something that you are, and one is a position that you could become. Hmm. It's been fun watching people play, but I haven't actually played it, so... Welcome back. Just trying to get all the highlighting done of this orange before going on to the next one. Which isn't how I did the other one. Other set. I highlighted one guy at a time. Whatever. Still gonna get it done, so doesn't really matter which way I go. It would be nice if I can get these two these two models done tonight. Yeah. I mean, being that I was only planning on 2 hours tonight, starting late, I'm trying to get more done than I originally intended, which is why I'm kind of bouncing between the two models. Now for the fun of where would the highlight be on this? Like, it's not just an edge highlight here, right? I can do it? Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where I actually want edge highlights on this. Or any highlights beyond edge highlights. I don't paint a lot of vehicles, so Okay. I think I could do a panel brighter, or part of a panel brighter, but I'm not feeling it on this. I don't really see where the reflections would be, so... Use speed paints on a lot of yours. You have to thin the speed paints a little bit, and be careful where you're putting it. Like, I did speed paints on the cloud down here, but I watered it a little bit. They're good in certain circumstances. I do mix for my orcs right now. I'm mixing pretty much a 1-to-1 regular paint and speed paint to get a thinner look for the first coat. Usually working pretty good. I build up from there though. Alright, let's do flickering flame. Yeah, I don't know about the finding a proper location for that, so... Yeah, the normal paints, if you're doing it, you know, you can use it as a base, get a good, get a good undercoat. It can help. I haven't used any of the speed marker stuff yet, but I do have plans to at some point in the future. I have a set of the army painter ones, and I just haven't had the right project set to do it yet. Yeah, I've heard that about the speed paint markers. It's one reason I haven't actually used them. I'm not sure what I want to use them on. Um, I've found my method of choice is magnets. And depending on the location where you live, depends on how you can get materials. Um, but it doesn't take a full storage container. Like, I have one of the big metallic ones that have the slide out drawers and everything. I've found the really useful boxes aren't as easy to find around here, but the 12-quart Sterilite containers work just as well. And you can get metal flashing that's 8-inch by 12-inch that fits perfectly fine in here. And I just used liquid nail to store it. This has some not attached, but they're just magnetized in there. The weapon options aren't, and this isn't fully magnetized, so not quite as easy, but these were, where I live, you can get 4 of these storage containers for $11, and the metal sheets are just over $1 a piece. They can fit quite a few Space Marines inside. Yeah, so Walmart, Lowe's online for the metal plate. But yeah, they fit perfectly fine, and if for some reason you have a model that's too tall, the 20-quart size is exactly the same bottom. The lids match. And then you can put things like hive tyrants and stuff in there. Flying hive tyrants. Also good about those are I only have 3 flying hive tyrants. They're not all painted. They're stackable. They store well. The cubes that I have actually fit 2 of them on top of each other. You don't have to worry about water getting into it or dust into it. Betcher. Hello, how's it going? But yeah, I found that the really useful boxes were a little bit more expensive and smaller. So I went with something that fit my storage containers easier, and pretty happy with it. All right, I'm for, perfectly fine with that. I've lurked your stream several times. You've caught me lurking a couple of times. But yeah, I find simpler storage containers are usually better because they give you an easier time in expanding. So, so uh, galvanized flashing and 12-quart Starlight containers and liquid nails solves a lot of my storage issues. Like, I've managed to get probably double the amount of space for models because of it. Do I need double the number of models? No. But it'll happen eventually, so I have enough space for it. Oh man, I'm not gonna finish. I'm not gonna finish. I can see that I'm not gonna finish. I, in fact, will get it done. Right? It's like, I'm not gonna finish, I'm not gonna finish, I'm gonna finish. More than likely. What was the other thing? Oh, red. Right. That was the blue. All right. I don't think that's bright enough. Might be too intense. It is. You know, sometimes welcome in, Night Flyer. Yeah, I think this is brighter highlight than the last one that I did. But I guess just different models have different highlight levels, right? They're in different lighting and situations. I don't know. I at this point, just painting. But where it would. Yep, just painting lines now. What a great line. Actually getting a little tired. Woo! Welcome in, Sedan. You have any luck with your computer? Oh yeah, absolutely not. Oof. Filthy console player again. There's nothing wrong with that. Well, hopefully you can make that work, computer. Hopefully it's just a temporary issue. And it is 10 where I am, so yeah, that be a little bit late. Still not 100% certain on this, so we're gonna not push them all the way down. Otherwise, like, we need to glue things together, but we've got the captain. Looks pretty good. And land speeder. I don't think that edge highlighting's that bad. So, I think we actually managed. Sure, it might have been an extra few minutes, but I think we actually managed to get everything reasonable. So we can change this to that, and that to that. And we made progress tonight. OG StarCraft? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I just need to glue them in the place, but I'm gonna do that after the wash. That way if I have to touch anything up, like the cloak isn't pushed together because he's not all the way pushed in. Pieces I've left separate, but yeah, I'm thrilled. That's two more on the completed side, or the painted side. We're that's nearly halfway. That's great. Oh, well, we're gonna, let's see. So we're going to raid out on Twitch and call it an evening. I just need to find someone to raid out to. Let's see. Let's go here. No. I forget that I need to hit refresh before I look for someone. They were offline. Let's see. What is this? In minis and models. Is this... whatever, let's go. Well, anyway, thank you all. We got 2 models done. Tomorrow we start the orcs. So until the next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss. Good night all.